Hi. Happy Homebrew Wednesday. Why are we in the bathroom? Oh, because I'm going to talk about shaving in a minute. I have to be careful because the bathroom's upstairs where everyone's sleeping right now. Cheers, guys. Happy Homebrew Wednesday. Drinking some sort of a lemon or lime margarita, something or other that I made. I'm not going to do the entire video in the mirror here. I'll turn the camera around. But we are going to talk about shaving because I want you guys to know about some stuff. Plus an update on my brewing and all that too. But let's turn the camera around and do this right. Okay. So. Before I get to my home brewing news and stuff like that, I wanted to do something a little different this week on my Homebrew Wednesday video. This is number 47, by the way. I wanted to talk about something that I've been meaning to talk about for a while. And I talked about it on a couple of years ago on one of my videos. I don't remember which one. Some of you may have seen it. It's about shaving. And, I guess I'll get into the brewing part a little bit later. This is good. I don't have any homebrew beer right now, so that's why I'm drinking this, but there's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't look as satisfying as a beer, I know. And it isn't, but it's okay. So, this is kind of a man thing, and I think it's mostly men that watch this. I know there's a few females that do watch my videos, but for the most part, this is a man topic, if you will, and it's shaving. Now, we've all, done the thing with the electric razors and the Gillette, Mach, whatever number they're on right now, with however many blades are on those right now. What are they up to? 7 blades now, I think. It was 2 blades when I was using them. Then it was 3, and then 4. Now I think there's 5 It's kind of interesting to think about what these things are going to look like in a few years. As they add more and more blades, it's going to be like 20 blades. It's going to look like a big square thing. And I just got so tired of this bullshit plastic. They break, you drop them, the blade flies off. The blades are expensive. Like, really, for 3 blades, it's like $12 or something. And then I had an experience where the handle, where the blade clicks on, handle broke. I had to buy a new handle. And when I bought the new handle, it was the same model, different connection for the blades. So then I had to go out and buy new blades, and I wasted all the blades I just bought. At that point, I was so frustrated. And I saw a video from an old friend of ours, who some of you may remember as Nige4958. And he was one of the culprits back in the TSA days. And although him and I have spoken and we're on good terms now, he was just having a little bit of fun back then, and whatever, it is what it is. But he's a good guy. And he was talking about this, and he was talking about these double-edged safety razors. And so that got me interested in it. And I started watching videos on YouTube about shaving, wet shaving, it's called, and using the double-edged safety razors. So I ordered, this was a couple years ago. Glass in the bathroom, it's not good. We're in the middle of painting it actually as well too. She's got some brushes over here. This is not going to be edited, by the way, because I haven't got time. I've got a big project going on. So anyway, I ordered some stuff. Now, the initial investment when you're doing this is, a little bit, but you'll never ever have to buy that crap again from the drugstore. Now let's take a look and see what we've got. Okay. So this is the razor that I bought. Okay. I can see myself in the mirror shooting this video. It's funny. This is it's a 1904. It's a Merkur brand, and it's a 1904 replica of a Gillette 1904 razor. Okay, and you can see the design on the label or the handle there, and it's nice. It's kind of got a little bit of weight to it. Okay, it takes these standard razor blades. These are inexpensive. These are so cheap. Like I have a whole bag of them here. Whoops. Oh, sorry, I'm dropping stuff. When I ordered my razor, I ordered a bunch of different blades. Each box of these, there's 5 blades in here. And that might have cost me maybe $5 or less. Probably $2, 5 blades. They last just as long as the plastic stupid ones do. In fact, they probably last longer. And they're so cheap. Okay? Now, I got different brands so that I could try the different ones to see which ones suited me the best. So for the last couple of years I've been, playing with them. Now I think there's probably about 50-60 blades in here in this whole array. And I think I paid $15 for all that. So how many blades can you buy for $15 when you're buying those, Gillette or whatever things, right? 3 or 4 blades, and they don't last. These last longer than those. I keep a blade on here for a month. So you'll never have to buy. You'll never have to buy blades again, right? So there's the blades. I bought different types so I could try them. I got myself a nice brush. This is a badger brush made from badger hair, and you can spend a lot of money on these. I only spent $30 on this, so this was about $30 and this was about $30. Then the blades were like $15, and then you buy some soap, and the soap is cheap, less than $10, and I've had this for 2 years. 2 years. William Shatner there. It costs next to nothing to shave now. I have made the initial purchase of all this stuff. The blades, the razor, the brush, the soap. I might have spent $100, but I'll never spend another dime on shaving for years. This razor lasts forever. You'll be handing it down to your grandkids. And anyway, I highly recommend you guys get into this. This is not commercial bullshit. This is the real deal. And I was never able to shave at the sink because it pulled I have a thick beard. Actually, I need to shave right now. Thick beard would pull my face, pull my whiskers out, and so I always had to shave in the shower after it was all steamed up in here. And now I can just stand at the sink and have a nice shave. It's comfortable, it's nice, it smells good. This stuff doesn't cost you a fortune, this soap. Look it up on YouTube. Double edge safety razors or wet shaving. And I ordered this from a Canadian distributor. I'll put the name at the bottom. I can't remember it right offhand. So what happens here is basically, this one's really simple. You just unscrew the bottom here. It's probably a little dirty. I haven't cleaned it since I last changed the blade, but just the bottom comes off like that. Just put that down there. And then this thing comes apart. There's the bottom part, the comb. Okay. Then there's the blade itself. Obviously I don't cut myself here. Comes out, and then there's the top. Okay, so you put the blade in like that. You put the bottom part, which is called the comb, on. Check to make sure it's straight. You hold on to it. You put the bottom on like that. And you will love shaving. This is a revolution in shaving. Trust me. Spend the money, Get yourself, you don't have to buy the McCurr. There's other good ones out there too. I like this one because it's got a nice short handle. I can maneuver it. It's nice and easy to handle. I'm telling you, I would never look back at those other commercial plastic things. It's a joke, really. And I'm surprised they don't sell these. Well, they don't sell these they should sell these in the store, and we should do away with those. See, the thing is that this lasts forever. Okay, it will not ever break. It's solid, solid chrome or whatever it's made out of. You buy it once in your whole life. Those other ones, they want you to have to buy a new one every once in a while, of course, because that's how they make their money, right? This is the real stuff. This is the good stuff. All with that other crap. So I urge you guys to get into it. You'll never look back, and you will thank me over and over again. Every time you shave, you will thank me. Double-edged safety razor. Do it. Okay, so now we got that done and over with. Let's get into some home brewing. And I don't want to make this video too long. I haven't been doing a lot of brewing lately, and just not doing really a lot of brewing videos because I haven't been brewing. I just been keeping my pipeline going with beer kits, and just because I've been sort of busy doing other things. So I'm working on a big project right now, which you'll see on YouTube. It has to do with my music. So I'm just keeping stuff going with the homebrew, but I've got another all grain I want to do, which is a Canadian blonde or something. I think that's what it is. It's a lighter colored beer. I'm going to give that one more go before we get into some of the darker beers for the winter weather. And I've got 2 partial extract beers to do as well. So those are ready to go. I've got all the grains and all that stuff all set up. I brewed a batch last week. It was a Cooper's IPA. Smelled amazing when I put it all together. The hops, man, it comes off that kit. It really does have fresh hop aroma when you're doing it. It's a good kit. You should give it a try when you're trying to bang a quickie off. I just did my normal 5 and 7 thing with it. 500 grams of dry malt extract, 700 grams of dextrose. I know that's a little much, but I like a little kick in my beer, And some maltodextrin as well. I mixed it all together. But the thing is that after 24 hours, it was not doing anything. So I threw in another package of yeast, same yeast that came with the kit. I had some left over from some other project I did. And it still didn't start. I was getting worried it was going to get infected, so I put in some yeast nutrient. And then once it did start up, finally, it started to stink like rotten eggs or like sulfur, and I thought, oh my God, I'm just trying to get a batch down, I don't want, and I kept smelling it, and I thought, well, I don't think it's infected. I think it's just something's off with the yeast. The yeast's not happy. Something's wrong with the yeast. So anyway, I talked to our good friend Emiladius, and he gave me some advice, which I kind of followed, not really exactly the way he told me to, because I was a bit lazy. And so, there's a video on his channel, I think, that describes what to do. If I can find it, I'll put a link in the info section to it. But I didn't do it the way he said to do it, so I suffered and I paid for it. It didn't work. So the beer is in a secondary right now. It's finished, and it still has that sulfury smell, but I tasted it and it's not bad. It's just the odor of the fumes coming up from the fermentation. The beer itself tastes okay. So I'm pretty sure once I carb it up and get it into the keezer, it'll probably be okay. I'll let you know. We'll have a sample. So once I do get more into my other brewing things I'm going to be doing, with all grain and the partials I got, I'll shoot some video for you. It won't be a big instructional video or anything like that, but I'll just throw up some brewing videos. It's always fun to watch somebody else brew, and then it's always neat to see the beer being tasted a few weeks later. So that's what we'll do. I got lots of plans. I just have to get around to it, and all the Craig's Kitchen stuff and all that. So it's just finding the time to shoot and edit these things. And, you know, it's just, you know, I'm a family guy. I gotta do stuff, so it's hard, but I'll do it. Don't worry. Anyway, that's it for me. I don't want to take up all your time. Go off and watch some other Homebrew Wednesday videos and have yourself a beer or a drink. And I'll see you guys on the flip side. Of course, I'll be on Friday night as usual at my normal JTV broadcast, 10 p.m. Eastern. Hope to see you there. And there's a whole other issue going on with that, which I don't want to get into right now, but it has to do with some of us casters being, our channels being taken down on. It hasn't happened to me yet, but a couple of the other guys that cast music have had their channels taken down because the stupid record companies don't want us to play their music unless we pay for it. Yeah, it's pretty stupid to, you know, come out with a product and not want anyone to hear it. Anyway, I don't want to start on that. We'll do a separate video on that one, and hopefully my channel doesn't get taken down. But if it does, we'll deal with it. And, you know, I ain't going anywhere, so don't worry. But we'll talk about that in another video. Cheers. Drink good beer or good wine or whatever it is you are on right now. And I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Take care, guys. See ya.